Crazy Town time before we pick apart Biden. Let's just give you our take on what happened today, the overall thing. Biden, the closer, G. Roll it. All right.
Good morning.
Morning.
It will come as no surprise that I'd like to talk about what we need today to raise the debt limit.
8 seconds in.
And why the Republicans in Congress, what they're doing today is so reckless and dangerous in my view.
Yeah.
Raising the debt limit comes down to paying what we already owe.
Lie.
What has already been acquired.
Lie.
We're able to borrow because we always pay our debt. We always paid what we owe. We've never failed.
True.
We're able to meet these obligations based on the revenue we receive from taxes.
True.
And based on our ability to borrow when needed. That's who we are. That's what's called for. It's called full faith and credit. It's rock solid.
Sure.
It's the best in the world.
Sure.
But here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
There's a cap on what we can borrow called the debt limit. So let me be really clear. This is really important to know.
Here we go.
Raising the debt limit
Yeah.
is about paying off our old debts. It has nothing to do with my plan for infrastructure or building back better. Zero.
Yeah. Sure.
Zero. Both of which I might add are paid for. The reason we have to raise the debt limit is in part because of the reckless tax and spending policies under the previous Trump administration.
Oh, of course.
In 4 years, they incurred nearly $8 trillion.
Sure.
Folks, watching at home,
Yes.
you should know this is the Republican position.
Oh.
Here's it is. They won't vote to raise the debt limit to cover their own spending. Democrats voted with them to cover that spending.
Dummy.
Last 4 years, the previous 4 years. But then
Exactly.
they're threatening to use a procedural power called the filibuster.
Oh.
So let's be clear.
Let's demonize
Not
the
only are
filibuster.
Republicans refusing to do their job,
Hey,
they're threatening to use the power, their power,
old
to
Jim
prevent
Crow.
us from doing our job,
Yeah.
saving the economy from a catastrophic event.
Oh.
You don't want to help save the country?
Yeah.
Get out of the way
Yeah.
so you don't destroy it. We're just asking them not to use procedural tricks to block us from doing the job that they won't do. Meteor is headed to crash into our economy.
What?
And the American people, look, I just say it this way. As soon as this week, your savings and your pocketbook could be directly impacted by this Republican stunt. Excuse me. They need to stop playing Russian roulette with the U.S. economy.
No.
You've often touted your experience in the Senate, your 36 years in the Senate. Your aides have talked about your abilities to be a closer. Why were you unable, Mr. President, to close the deal?
Two people. This is a process. Not two. We'll get it done.
And I also have a question for you on Ethiopia.
No, I'm going to answer one. I'm not going to answer Ethiopia. Let's stick on the debt so we don't confuse the American people. The first part of your question was what?
Yeah.
Was about progress. What does progress look like for you?
Let's confuse Pops.
Winning. The issue of reconciliation, which is like code to the American people. What's reconciliation? There is a process that I understand. I mean, look, the legislation, both the Build Back Better piece,
Yeah.
as well as the infrastructure piece,
Sure.
are things that I wrote. These didn't come from, God love him, Bernie Sanders or AOC or anybody else. I wrote them.
I just want to be very clear. Can you guarantee that the U.S. will not reach the debt ceiling, that will not happen?
No, I can't. That's up to Mitch McConnell. If I could, I would, but I can't. It's not a smart thing to negotiate with yourself in public. Is that bad? Is that a bad idea?
Where do you start there?
He's awesome. He really has it on the ball. I would love to ask him the first question. So what's the first sentence of the bill that you wrote? You wrote the bill. What's the first sentence?
Up to Mitch McConnell.
Come on, man.
Up to Mitch McConnell. He's
liar.
not the majority leader. Nope. He's not the Speaker of the House. Nope. And he's not the president. So how's it up to Mitch McConnell? He doesn't control anything. And it's not 2. It's not 2. It's 52. It's 52 against 48. It's not just 2.